Hi everyone, welcome back. This is now issue 44 of Build the Classic Routemaster. So, I'm fairly excited about this issue. We're going to be taking a first look at the seats, the seating for the lower deck of the bus. Really looking forward to getting this done. I seem to be catching up rather quickly because it seemed like only yesterday I was doing the seats with Penny on the Wednesday. So, yeah, looking forward to this. Let's crack this open and we'll get some seats built. Okay, so here we go as normal. I'm going to open the packet. We'll check off all the parts. Make sure everything is present and complete. So, wow, what an issue this is. Okay. I've not got any room. Okay, so I think that's everything out the bags. Lots of screws. Wow. Okay, so we've got 44A. Get this out. Which is the left seat frame. So I think it's this one. Yeah. And I know that because it says L on there straight away. I mean, I just went by the picture, but you can just about see there it says L. That is the left seat frame. That's part A, and that hasn't got a knobbly bit on the top of the rail there. Knobbly bit. 44B is the right seat frame with socket. I think that is this one. Yep. And it's got an R on there. And it's got the little socket on there for the pole. Sort my focus out there. There we go. 44C are seat supports times 4. And that's these plastic parts here. They are all the same. They've got like a slant on them, so one leg shorter than the other. And that is the same for all 4 of those. Okay, we've got 44D, which is a left seat cushion times 2. And that is going to be these 2 here. And there's no writing on them to say left underneath, but I'm just going by the illustrations. There's like a bend or curve on this side here, and then you've got the plain like maroon colour there on that side. So that is that part and that part. We've got 44E, which are left seat backrests, and we should have 2 of those. And they are these parts here. And these do say left on them, just there in the middle. Okay, and they are the left seat backs or seat cushions. We've got 44F, which are right seat cushions, so they're going to be the last ones that are left here. Again, they're the same, except this time you've got like the maroon colour on the right. Oh, and the curve is at the bottom left there. Sorry about that interruption, the neighbour was knocking at the door. Okay, so where were we? 44G are the right seat backrests, and there's two of these, and I believe it's these ones here. They match up with the illustration, and they look like so. We've got 44H, which is the left seat frame. Now, I think there's a typo in the magazine, because, just be careful, the image shows 44H and then the description is left seat frame, which I believe is actually I, because 44I is a right seat frame with socket, and if you look at this, it's got the socket on there. Okay, so that is illustrating as 44H, but I believe this is 44I. So that is the right seat frame with the socket, but it does say left on it. And this does say right, but it's the left seat frame because it hasn't got the socket on it. Hope that sort of makes sense. Okay, so with that done, we can now build the seats. So take the left seat frame, 44A, which is this part here. As I say, I've laid them out in a sort of an order, so I should be able to navigate my way through these okay. And then we need to take the back, the left back seat rest, 44E, and fit them in place with JP screws. Now, I've forgotten to mention, we get a lot of JP screws. We get 36, and they've actually supplied them in 3 bags. So I suppose the best thing I can do is empty them out into my screw pot to start with. So they are 2 hands. It's 2 bags and 3. So we should be using all of these. There should be like 1 left, I believe. Normally we have got like 1 left. Okay, so I'm just going to check my screwdriver for the fitment before we start. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so yeah, left seat frame, and then we want one of the left seat backrests, which was E, and that is these ones here. And you'll notice that there's a locating hole on the back, and you've got a locating pin on the back of the seat, so this will only fit one way, and that will just pop into there like so, and you should end up with a nice flush fit. And we're going to put 2 screws through the back there. So I'm not going to do them in super tight, I'm just going to put them in enough to grab, just so I know that they are lined up correctly, and then I'm just going to carry on and then just nip them up, not too hard because they are plastic. Okay, and I'm happy that is on. Okay, with that being done, we want to take one of the left seat cushions, 44D, and fit it to part 44A, fix in place again with 2 JP screws. So, that is one of these here. Again, we've got a locating pin and a hole, so that should just slot in nicely. And you'll know you've got it right because you've got the pattern running the same on one side there. And again, from the bottom, we're going to put 2 of these JP screws in to secure that down. That's 1 in, And these don't take a lot of screws with the screwdriver to get these fully home. So I'm happy with that. So that is one left seat. Okay, next we're going to take one of the seat supports, 44C, and fix to the underside of the seat frame, 44A, with 2 JP screws, and they're going to go on here. Now let me bring you in a bit. You can see that there is a locating peg just on the bottom. So with all these seat supports being the same, we can pick one up and it will just fit perfectly. You can't get this in the wrong way because the locating pin won't allow it. Okay, so once that's in place, we're going to hold that, and again with JP screws secure that down. So the best thing to do is get a screwdriver ready. You are going to need a magnetic screwdriver really. This particular one, as I said before, is an Oria, and this came from Amazon, and it's about £12, but it's really good. It seems to do a lot. It does me well for a lot of part works. Now I'm having to get these screws in at a slight angle because of the shape of the legs, but that is nice and tight, and that is one of the seats complete. So I'm just going to leave that to one side. So next we're going to work on the in the same way we're going to take the second left seat backrest, 44E, to the left seat frame, 44H. Okay, so that is going to be this one here. I believe it's a bit confusing because of the numbers. Yeah, so it's this one, which is actually marked left. So this is the one that was actually 44I, but they're calling it H. Okay, and we're going to fit one of these backrests to, is it that one? Oh, I'm getting confused, hang on. Second left seat backrest, 44E. So right, sorry, yeah, that's this one here. I was getting confused. That is going to fit onto the back of this one. Again, you've got a locating hole and a pin on the seat, so we're just going to pop that on, and then that'll fit on there like so. And again, we're going to secure that in with 2 JP screws, in the same way as we did with the first seat we did. So that's 1 and 2, and then I'm just going to nip them up. There we go. Okay, we're going to then do the same for the second left seat cushion, 44D, which is this part here. Again, line up the locating pin, and that will just pop on there flush like so, and then we're going to put 2 JP screws at the bottom. So that's 1. And 2, and then just nip them up. And there we go. And then, yep, you've guessed, we're going to then add one of the seat supports to the bottom. Again, only one way. There is a locating peg, which I've got it the wrong way around. There we go. And then we're going to secure that in. So that's one. And two. There we go. That is that one done. Moving on, we're going to do the same with the right seat frame. So it's the only one left we've got without the socket on the top there. And then these are both the same now, so we know we're only working with one of each. So again, line that up, find the locating peg, two JP screws, one, and two, there we go. And then one of the seat cushions. One and two. It's on there nicely, and then one of the supports for the bottom. Oh, I keep doing that. I need to put this screw on first. And there we go. So that's one in and two. There we go. And then it just leaves us to assemble the last seat in the same manner. So again, line that locating pin up. There we go. One and two. The same for the cushion. One and two. And then the last seat support underneath there. Oh. That's one, and then the last screw just to secure that on. There we go, and that is all the seats assembled. Just adjust my focus, there we go. Right, with that being done, we're now going to focus our attention to the lower deck. So I'm just going to grab that. I just placed it on my my chassis just to keep safekeeping. So this might be quite tricky. We're going to need about 5 hands, I think. So we need to fit the support of the left seat frame 44A into the first 2 holes of the lower deck. So this is A, and it's got this bracket on the right hand side, and it's got no socket on the top. That's how we know that is the correct part, and it's going to go into these first 2 holes at the front here. There's a keyway on there, which is probably quite difficult to see until I focus. There you go. There's like a little keyway on there, and that will in fact match up with the shape of the hole. First hole on each of the seats. Okay, so I'm going to line that up. Onto those holes, and then it's probably best to keep it on its side, and then we're going to put the 2 screw holes through the underneath there, 1 and 2. So this is, I say, where you need about 15 hands to sort of hold that into place. So what I'm going to do is just gently hold it from the top over the support, and then screw 1 in a little bit just to hold. And then I'll screw the other one in, and that should line that up. Okay, and then just carefully hold them and screw them down. Now, I'm not going to lie, it feels quite daunting when you screw that in. Those that have already screwed these in, because it feels like the whole thing wants to bend. Now that isn't quite straight, but there is a little bit of movement on there, so we should be able to loosen that up if we wanted to later on. There we go. And then you could retighten, making sure that that is straight, and then there you go, it's a little bit straighter now, but there is a little bit of movement on there for when we come to affix this to the side wall. So that is the first one done. Now we're going to do the same for the other seat, and it's going to go directly behind that one, and this one's got a socket on the top, so it's going to go into there. So I'm going to grab the screw ready. Try and fit that into place, and then put a screw, start a screw off through there. Now I've got less movement. I can't actually get my hands in there to hold that straight, so I'm going to just do my best to try and keep it straight with the angle I've got to work with. There we go, and I'm happy with that. That's in. Again, we've got a little bit of movement there that we can use to our advantage later on. Okay, now we're going to work on the other side. So I'm going to take the seat, the right hand seat that hasn't got the socket on the top, and that is going to go opposite here. So again, that's just going to go on there. going to have to turn this round. Okay, I'll get my screw ready. This is fairly challenging. Okay, so that is going to go in there like so, and then from underneath again we'll just drive those screws in. So that is one. Two. Okay, I'm going to loosen this one because it's bent out of shape. Okay, and there is that one in place. Now for the fourth seat we're actually going to miss a gap, which is here, and then we're going to go up to this point here where this cutout is, and that is where this seat's going to go with the socket on there, in there like so. So I'm going to line my screw up. So that's one in. Get the other one in. Right, and there we have 4 seats installed. So yeah, that was it for issue 44. Nice to get those seats in. Very fiddly job, especially, you know, I've been watching like Penny, for instance, and other YouTubers do this stage, and you think, oh right, yeah, but it's not until you actually come to do this that you'll see that it's quite difficult to line those seats up when you're trying to screw them in. It's weird, but just take your time, be careful. If it doesn't feel right, it's probably not. So then stop, maybe change your angle, change your plan of attack, and then just try again. For me, it did go okay, but certainly very tricky. Because as you're tightening one screw, because it's made of plastic, it wants to pull the seat round. But I'm pretty happy that these are fairly straight, considering. If you do find it's really out of place, just loosen the 2 screws off, try and hold them tight while you gently tighten them back up, and then they should level themselves. That's what I found, and so hopefully that would work for you. So I hope you enjoyed that issue. As I said last week, if you haven't already, please take a look at the link in the description below to our new Facebook group. There it's all bus related. You can share your mods, your projects, even share your YouTube links if you wish to, for other people to see how you're getting on with your builds. So yeah, I'm obviously on that group, so say hi. Obviously Penny's on there as well, and yeah, that's all really. So I hope you enjoyed the video. As I say, please like, share, subscribe, and if you wish to buy me a coffee, there is a link in the description below. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you next week. Take care.